Okay, this video is about my Garmin Edge 530. Before I begin, sorry it's a bit dark. Okay, this is a video about my Garmin Edge 530. Primarily, what screens do I look at when I'm riding. Before this, I was using a Brighton Rider 420, but that device gave me a lot of issues. Every time when I'm on my ride, it just pauses automatically. My average speed will just continue going down. Yeah, that's not a problem, but what can you expect? It's a relatively cheap device. So I decided to buy a Garmin. I got this for about 400 Singapore dollars. I think this Garmin is way too powerful for me. I mean, I'm just a weekend rider. There's a lot of training tools here, a lot of stats that I have no idea what they are. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Let me just turn this on and I'll just show you what I see on my screen. So I'm just going to click in here. Okay, so this is my main screen that I use for majority of my rides. I would say a good 90% of my rides. So what I normally look at is my speed is always the main indicator that I look at. I mean, most of the time when I'm riding, I don't look on my computer only. I just take a very quick glance. So the first thing that I want to see is how fast I'm going. So that's the biggest icon that you can see here in my computer. Above that, I have the power. I have a 3-second power and average power. Then again, I'm a very light rider, so my power is pretty low. I don't really look at it. It's just good to have, just to make sure that I'm not over pushing. And I would suggest, if you're a first time user to a power meter, is to never set it at the exact power that you're looking at. You might want to put a 3-second average power because the readings will be very erratic, and it's very hard to understand, so it's better to have at least a 3-second power. Going down, I have another 4 quadrant here: heart rate, my average speed in kilometers per hour, and my cadence and distance. So these are very basic metrics, but I would say the top indicators that I normally look at is my speed, heart rate, and cadence. I am a natural spinner. I don't really like to push very hard, so I try to keep my cadence at around 100 beats per minute. Sorry, 100 revolutions per minute. And my heart rate is pretty low. I would say about 160, 170. Never exceeds more than 180. Either that, I'm just riding really slowly. Let me see what's in my next page. And again, this is a very new device, so I'm still figuring out different pages, but these are still the main metrics that I use. I know Garmin has a lot of other functions, but I only primarily use these very basic metrics. Okay, this second page is mainly for, I use it when I'm climbing. Let's say if I want to achieve a certain height or distance, I would maybe, for example, like, in a week, I would want to go like 1,000 meters. So this matrix for me is very useful. And so I'll look at how long have I been riding, what is my total ascent, cadence, heart rate, the grade, and the 3-second power. I haven't been climbing a lot, so I've only used this like 2 times, but so far this is pretty good. One thing that in Singapore here anyway, I normally go up to Mount Faber and climb. So I think I did like 1,000 meter ascent, and that took me like 15 laps, I think. So another good function, I think, in the Garmin, there's a lap function here. I think it's this one. So you can either set it that once you reach a certain point where you want the computer to auto start, they could locate it through the satellite, and when it detects that you have passed that marker, it will auto lap for you. But I've experienced where I've passed that certain marker where I've started the auto lap, it just doesn't lap by itself. So I would say it's not very reliable, or either that I didn't get it right. So I have turned off that feature, but I'll manually click on it so that it will lap. And after the amount of laps that I've done, I go home and I just check out what are my timing. So yeah, this is my climbing page. I was just playing around with this. This is actually a junk page. It's just like some graphs here, I think, like heart rate, speed, power, and whatnot. They also have like, so this is the default, I think. I'm not sure if you can set it. It's the map. It's good to have, but since Singapore is so small, it's impossible for you to get lost. I hardly And then again, I mean, I've never really used this page. I'm not sure what this is. I'm assuming it shows your grade. Also some default page in here. And yeah, back to square one. This is the first page that I've explained to you. So yeah, that's all about this video. I'm just want to show you guys what I see on my Garmin. Let me know what you guys look at in your cycling page, man. Interested to know. Thanks for watching.